The 92 Sun Life Skate Canada, Maria Butirskaya.
Nice triple loop double toe. Her style has her landing leg, the free leg, held very high, almost in a half spiral position. Has a very dramatic effect.
Maria is from Moscow. She won the Russian National Championship. She finished third in the last Soviet Union National Championships ever held.
Was originally included in the technical program to encourage competitors to become more flexible. It seemed as our focus became greater and greater on jumping, we were losing sight of some of the simpler elements, spiral being one of the most beautiful.
Her first major international right here in Victoria's Memorial Arena.
Tanya's combination, a planned triple left. Be a maximum deduction.
We should point out that Tanya hurt her back this summer. She was off the ice for a month and a half. It slowed down her training considerably, but she said she'd rather skate with pain than not skate at all.
Break down to 3 jumps, 3 spins, and 2 footwork sections. For the women, one of those footwork sections must include spiral.
Tanya Bingert. Tanya Bingert's come a long way over the years, Debbie.
She has. Since her move to the Preston Skating Club and Terry Leach School, she has made constant improvement. We didn't see it, however, in the combination today. The triple Lutz just didn't happen. There was a terrible lean. She was having difficulty getting even out of the jump, landing right up on the toe kick.
Required elements marks because of the deductions will not be as high as the marks for presentation. And here are the marks for presentation. Much better for Tanya Bingert, formerly of Richmond, British Columbia, now making her home at the Preston Figure Skating Club. Well, we just talked about her. A Guinness Book of World Record holder for the longest spin, 3 minutes and 22 seconds. That's almost a long program, Debbie.
It is indeed. She competed in the interpretive event, and most of the program was one spin. Look at the speed. You'll see the little tiny tracings down that her blade is making on the ice. Very tight little circle. She has very few opportunities to train except in public skating sessions. She says people are not very polite about making some room for her, so she ends up having to use a little 6x6 foot of ice all for herself, and the only thing she can really practice are spins. Southcow. Here it comes. Leg pulling up. This is a version of the Bielman spin. Named after Denise Bielman, former Swiss world champion. As the program goes on.
tremendously flexible. Someday, Natalie Craig just might spin her way to some international success. Named Beal. She does the Beelman spin. Someday they may call it the Craig spin.
It was hard to believe that that spin could ever be improved upon. Some improvement needed in the jumps, however. She had some problems, particularly with this one, the double axel. Very little height gives the skater not much time to get the jump completed. However, the spins, wow, amazing. She seems to have a very strong sense of centering, spinning in the same spot. It's very hard as the body changes position because it tends to change her balance point. But she is a very keen sense of where her foot is and allows her to make an enormous number of variations in an already extremely difficult spin.
Don't ever try that at home without proper supervision.
People needing some supervision today are the judges. Apparently some problems. Natalie being the first skater, the referee will allow the judges to punch their numbers into the computer. The referee will take the average of those marks and then tell the judges what the average mark is in case the judge wants to change. No Sylvie Frechette syndrome here. Figure skating judges don't make that mistake.
You were right there in Barcelona during that controversy. Let's perfect time now to explain the ordinals.
Yeah, sure. Try to keep track. Take one judge's mark and add the two marks up for that judge, the technical merit and artistic impression marks. Add them up, get a total, and then track those marks through that judge's performance today for every skater. When you look at the total, the highest total on that judge's card will be a first place. That's a 1 ordinal. And then just take a look at the totals as you go down, and, second highest total is a number 2 ordinal. Then what you do at the end is you look at all of the judges and all their ordinals, and the skater with the majority of first places will win. Have I totally confused you?
No, and I think, a lot of people probably may wonder, too, when they see that ordinal statistic come up on their screen. But again, it is a ranking. Keep in mind the ranking. And don't look at that number out of 6, although if you do get a 6, you're pretty much assured of a first place ordinal.
It's an unusual mark to give. Look there at how the judges keep track of their marks. They will make little comments about what every skater is doing, so that in the event they have to defend their mark after, they can do it.
Now, so Natalie Craig sets the standard now. These are the real first rankings you will see. Technical merit, low mark from the Belgian judge. High marks of 4.8. Those marks for technical merit. The second set of marks for artistic impression. And she has made an impression on a lot of people, particularly that spin.
Now, a word of warning to our audience. Although these will be first place ordinals for Natalie at this time, remember, she is only the first skater to have skated. So make your additions as you go along, but don't try to determine which skater the judge has first until every skater has skated. Then we'll go through it.
Canadian women's champion. 5th at the Worlds in 92, 9th at the Winter Olympics. She says this competition could put her on the right foot for the new season. José Chouinard from Laval, Quebec.
José warms up the program with the spin combination. This is good strategy. Every skater needs to remind their body under stress situations what it is to turn and turn back. Here comes the combo.
Jose Chouinard.
Particularly the younger fans. It's their ticket to a hug from Jose Chouinard.
She wanted to get off to a really good start here at this competition. And safe to say, she has.
The combination was a beauty. Lost some of the speed there as she grabbed with her toe, but she had a quick thought, got the double toe done.
Just hanging on. The marks for required elements. There they are, all in the 5.5 range.
Those would have been 0.2 higher had the combination had more speed on the landing.
Presentation a little bit higher. Jose Chouinard sits first in the technical program. A young woman with some connection to Canada. She trains at the Royal Glenora Club in Edmonton, Alberta, that produced champions like Kristi Yamaguchi, Kurt Browning, Michael Slipchuk. She is from Denmark. 21-year-old Anisette Torplind.
And looking very much the epitome of Carmen.
balance in Katerina Witt, but she did it very nicely herself. Anisette Korp-Lind, Carmen on ice today in Victoria at the 92 Sun Life Skate Canada International. Last night, Anisette Korp-Lind had a technical program she'd like to forget, but she's going to remember the free skate.
Oh, it was beautiful. She portrayed the character Carmen beautifully, and the skating was impeccable, too. This, the opening combination, the triple Salchow, double toe combination, beautiful, perfect speed, gorgeous position, and she skated it with such confidence.
Technical merit marks. 5.2 from the Swiss judge, 4.8 from the American.
She came into the competition very late, arriving only the day before, and I have to think it was a very good move, nerve-wise.
Artistic impression marks, and the two marks together, and the ordinals in mind, put Anisette Korp-Lind in second place for the moment, behind Canadian Tanya Bingers.
If you've been doing your addition, you'll see that for the first three skaters,
very fresh faces this week in Victoria. This is one of the freshest, in Marie-Pierre Leray, 17-year-old from France. Noisy-le-Grand is her home, a suburb of Paris. Her idol, she says, well, I'm sure is the idol of many young Canadian figure skaters, Christy Yamaguchi.
this free program is Marie-Pierre's favorite part of the competition. She's been busy all week with both singles, pairs, and the interpretive events. Triple Lutz.
Can all of that be too much, Debbie?
A skater in preparation for a competition may be skating as many as 7 or 8 hours every day. And many seem to lose their sharpness when they come to an event because they are only practicing maybe 2 hours a day. It can be good and bad. If you're wearing yourself out, you're not going to skate well. But it gives you a chance to keep your caliber up. than just plain stroking. Some skaters are very awkward. The jumps are staying away today. To be a good technical skater. I suspect she's come through a big growth spurt. And sometimes what that does to a skater is you feel like you can't find your body anywhere.
Marie-Pierre Leray, another one of those young skaters who we most probably will see in Lillehammer, Norway, in about 15 months. From France.
Pretty disappointing for Marie-Pierre Leray of France. It all started to unravel right from the first jump. She never got back on track. But I think she's really hurting.
In more ways than one, I think she also hurt her hands on one of the falls.
This was the very first jump, the triple lutz. I don't agree with putting the most difficult jump at the very beginning of the program. You've got to be able to test your legs. You've got to start to feel comfortable and build confidence for yourself. So much of what makes a jump work is based entirely on attitude.
Remarks for technical merit. We've talked time and time again about how difficult it is, too, to blow that first one and to try and get it back, particularly in your long program. Marks for artistic impression, Marie-Pierre Leray. We'll be back, and we'll see her again someday.
Now on the ice from Moscow in Russia, making her first trip to North America, 20-year-old Maria Butirskaya. She was second after a very strong technical program. Ladies free skate, 4 minutes in length.
Maria's program is loaded with triple jumps. Her first one, the most difficult, a triple lutz. Nicely done. Next triple, a triple Salchow. Nice height and speed out on the landing. And a beautiful triple loop. She's putting together a nice routine.
Maria Butirskaya finished third in the last Soviet Championship, so she did not qualify to participate in Albertville at the '92 Olympics. And she really does not come from a great tradition of single skaters in what was the Soviet Union.
Well, they've really focused on ice dancing and pair skating. They've only had one medal in the ladies' competition in Sarajevo. And oh, she fought for that triple loop. But again, their focus is on pairs and dance, and the singles really haven't taken off. But if she continues to skate like she's skating now, she could really threaten José Chouinard.
she's getting some advice right now from the man who is coaching her here, Alexei Mishin.
When you're in the middle of a routine, sometimes that can be really distracting, especially if it's not your coach. He's just here with the team. It's getting very expensive to send the skaters over. Triple toe loop. She hangs on that. Whatever he said to her, it obviously worked.
From Moscow to Victoria, British Columbia, 20-year-old Maria Butirskaya. And I would guess she is quite pleased with the results of her conversation with Alexei Mishin and her performance.
Well, she fought for this program. You can see this triple loop goes up, comes down a little bit forward. No problem. She has to do it in combination, so she steps forward and does a little double toe loop there. But she fought for that program, and it's a very difficult one.
And there is the moment when she was getting words of advice from Alexei Mishin, turned, came back out, and landed a triple. Now the marks for technical merit for Maria Butirskaya.
And these aren't too bad. She's in second after the technical program. 5.6s are pretty strong. She had a great routine. Jose Chouinard and Tanya Harding-Jaluli are going to have to skate very well to beat her technically.
Next up, the marks for artistic impression.
And they're about the same. She's a pretty skater. The program really wasn't that devastating. It was just kind of sleepy, but she delivered the goods, and she has a nice carriage and a presentation. Good job.
Tanya Harding-Jaluli is yet to skate. So also is the young woman.
Back in 1988, a 14-year-old Junko Yaganuma was the youngest skater at the Winter Olympics. Now, 4 years later, she's back at the Skate Canada competition. Debbie, she's a huge hockey fan. She's from Tokyo. She says her favorite team, the Vancouver Canucks.
Listen, I think they were probably taught some skating lessons just by watching this event. Junko has the whole package. Oh, triple left again. Everybody's nemesis today.
Ito, Yuka Sato.
Rod, she's having real battles out there. One trip down the ice, we'll see it end with a beautiful triple jump. Then it's only 10 seconds back down to the other end of the ice, and she's bailing out of it. The jump goal is given up.
In 1990, Junko Yaganuma finished 5th at the Skate Canada in Lethbridge. He will be hard-pressed to get back to that level this time, but we'll find out how she fares when her marks come up in a moment. But also to come today as Junka accepts some flowers. Jose Chouinard getting ready. Backstage, she skates next. A lot of problems today for Junko Yaganuma.
Inconsistent. She seemed to be very fiery right from the outset, and there were some excellent things in the program. Some of the jumps were very beautiful. On the double axel combination, clean and nice. Steps forward, makes the move, and kicks into the triple toe. I thought we were well set up. Then it seemed to be hot and cold as we continued. One of the nicest things were her spins. This one, a camel change camel. Beautiful position, nice line. She pushes to get speed for the back spin.
She has a lot of grace, and she does have a lot of poise. Some deductions, however, for the technical parts of her program. Artistic impression marks will be better. The Japanese judge, 4.9. The rest, 5.3s. Junko Yaganuma.
Scott Hamilton and Tracy Wilson for Skate Canada 92. And on the ice right now, the current leader in the ladies, Jose Chouinard, the 23-year-old from Rosemont, Quebec.
And when she is on, she can just light up a building. Brand new program. She's had a lot of back problems in the past, which has affected her consistency. But this program is constructed a little bit differently than the ones in the past. She opens up pretty simply, and then the program gets much more difficult as it goes on.
Jose Chouinard was superb in the technical program, and she's such an attractive young woman that the crowd responds in kind.
Not only beautiful, but a good athlete as well. Nice combination of moves here, and struggles a little bit with the landing on that double Salchow. Sometimes when you're a little nervous or when you're trying to make things happen, you get a little shallow in your knee, and you don't feel the ice like you should. So landings can get a little tight, jumps can get a little smaller, and that's been a problem of Jose's in the past. She didn't have any of those problems in the original program. Nice double toe loop, or triple toe loop into double toe loop.
Well, thus far, 1992 has been a year of contrast for José Chouinard. She had what for her was a disastrous appearance in Albertville. 15th after the original program. She did elevate her standing to 9th at the conclusion of the Olympics, but then she came back strong in the Worlds a month later and finished 5th.
Triple loop here, and there's no way she can. It looks like she spun her left side early and tilted outside, and there's no way you can hang on to that landing. Very costly error.
Now keep in mind that Maria Butirskaya, the young woman from Moscow, has already skated and skated quite well.
Next jump, a triple Salchow, and can't quite hold on to the landing there either. The problem with a program that gets more difficult as it gets later into the program is that you're tired and your legs don't react as quickly as they should. And her next triple is her hardest triple. Triple Lutz. And she didn't even complete the rotation. Very disappointing. In your home country to come out at the beginning of an international season, very disappointing performance. You can see her shoulders coming up. She's shallower in her knee. The spin will give her an opportunity to rest a little bit. And another triple toe and a very painful fall.
Well, that must be terribly disappointing for José Chouinard. Heavily favored after the technical program. And immense problems toward the latter stages of her free skate.
Well, you've got to question the design of the routine. You know, she's had problems in the past opening big, so she opened a little bit simpler this time. She worked her way up to this beautiful triple toe loop here. You can see the height, the air position's great, reaching right back into an easy double toe loop. Beautiful opening combination, but the later you get into your program, the more tired you are. And watch her left shoulder there, spins out away from her. She tilts the jump, and there's no way you can save a jump that's tilted that direction. And the last triple toe loop, and this is so painful. When you catch this edge here and land on the outside of your knee like that, the ice is like cement. It hurts really bad. Again, a very disappointing performance.
And the marks for technical merit for José Chouinard.
And these aren't too bad. When you think about it, the triple toe loop was really the only real clean jump that she landed in the triple category, and 5.4s are pretty generous.
On the ice, Tanya Harding, who is yet to skate. In the meantime, one more set of marks for José Chouinard, these for artistic impression.
And the program really is a nice program. It brings the crowd onto the ice with her, and a lot of hand clapping, and she's a beautiful skater. Good artistic direction in the program, but technically it needs some work.
Place standing for Tanya Harding Galuli of the United States. 1992 has been a most difficult year for her. More from Tracy Wilson.
Tanya Harding Galuli arrived at Skate Canada without her famed triple axel. She struggled during her technical program, failing to complete a triple jump. It was Tanya's powerful jumping ability that brought her national attention, as she became the only American woman to complete a triple axel in competition. Tanya and her triple axel rose to the top of the figure skating world. At the Winter Olympics, Tanya was expected to be in contention for the gold medal. Instead, she struggled through both her programs, failing to land her trademark triple axel. The podium in Albertville was crowded with Americans, but Tanya was not among them. Back at home, her problems continued. Her relationship with her longtime coach ended.
When things started getting rocky, she didn't want to listen to anything. It didn't matter, how I felt. So, it's probably for the best that at this point now that she's with somebody else.
That someone else is Diane Rawlinson, who ironically was Tanya's first coach at the age of 4. With a new coach comes a new approach and brand new programs designed to show off her artistry.
I still have all the jumps except the triple axel right now, and I have more style. And I think that, if other people can do it without a triple axel, why can't I?
On the ice right now, preparing for the free skate, Tanya Harding-Gillooly. Her husband, Jeff, is here in Victoria. She has added his name, Gillooly, to her own, Harding. And the home ice favorite, quite obviously, José Chouinard, who won Skate Canada in 1990 and would like nothing more but to repeat. Right now, 1992 Olympic gold medalist Kristi Yamaguchi has joined Tracy Wilson.
Tanya Harding-Gillooly came to Skate Canada saying she didn't want to worry about her jump. She wanted to concentrate on becoming a complete skater. She wanted to concentrate on her program. Well, that strategy cost her in the technical program. She failed to complete a triple jump. Kristi, I think that Tanya Harding-Gillooly is going to have to do every jump in her repertoire if she's going to win this competition today.
Yes, she is coming from behind. There are strong skaters ahead of her, and she will need a great performance.
All right, well, she is chasing, and everybody else is chasing, José Chouinard of Canada. And Kristi, José looked very strong and confident in the technical program.
Yeah, she skated wonderfully in the technical program. The crowd was behind her, and she was in great spirits this morning, having fun out there. So I think it'll be a good competition.
And when José's jumps are on, she seems to be that complete skater that Tanya is trying to become.
Yes, she's wonderful. She puts everything together, has a wonderful smile, and really gets the crowd involved in her performance.
We'll watch for José Chouinard in Lillehammer, as she is definitely a medal contender. Kristi, what about you? Will you be in Lillehammer to defend your Olympic gold?
Well, I haven't even started a professional career yet, so I'd like to enjoy that, and as the time gets closer, think about it then.
Do you know when you will make your decision?
Well, I'll have to know by February of '93, so I'll decide then, and for now, I'm having fun.
Thank you, Kristi, and we're just moments away from the ladies' free skate when we find out which name will join a distinguished list of former champions. That list includes Kristi Yamaguchi, who won the event in 1989. Midori Ito, the Skate Canada champion in 1984. And Debbie Thomas, who won the event in 1987. The ladies' free skate is next. We are back in Victoria, British Columbia for Skate Canada and ready for the ladies' final right now on the ice from Moscow in Russia. Making her first trip to North America, 20-year-old Maria Butirskaya. She was second after a very strong technical program. And that drops José Chouinard behind Maria Butirskaya. And next up, Tanya Harding-Gillooly, who did not skate all that well in the technical program. She is fifth coming into the free skate.
Tanya's conditioning is in a sharp contrast to last year's Skate America competition, where I've never seen her in better shape. She's carrying a lot more weight now, which changes the timing on all of your jumps. And it really affects your conditioning as well. Opening jump, a triple Salchow. Big, beautiful. Oh, and she couldn't quite hit the double toe loop on the exit of that triple Sal, but the triple Sal itself was really big. Next, a triple Lutz. And she turns it into a double.
Tanya Harding-Gillooly skating to the music of Robin Hood. It was in 1991 when she won the U.S. National Championship. She became only the second woman to ever land a triple axel in competition.
That's normally where it would be, but it was a double axel today.
Why has she taken that out of the repertoire?
I'm not really sure. You can see her weight has changed so much, and when your weight changes that drastically, it affects your balance, your flow, and your rotation. The bigger you are, the harder it is to rotate. And a triple axel, you've got to turn some serious rotation in a hurry, and she probably just can't do that right now.
Tanya Harding-Gillooly is also an asthmatic, and stamina becomes a problem for her at times in the free skate.
Well, this time of year, stamina is always a problem. It's very early in the season, and as much as these competitions are very important, you can't take them too seriously. The World Championships is what everybody's shooting for. Her next triple jump is the one she missed in her technical program, a triple loop. A little short on the rotation, but she landed it very nicely.
In her attempt to emphasize the artistic, do you think, Scott, she's going in the wrong direction?
Definitely not. I think she's going in a great direction. Her programs in the past have always been kind of scattered. She'd open with something like 2001 and then go into Wild Thing. And they were nice and they were great for what they were at the time, but now her programs are much more cohesive. The program that she did the other night in the technical program was a big improvement for her, and this long program I think is the best one she's ever had. Triple flip, and she doubled it. Tanya Harding's strength is definitely her technical ability. She's improving her artistry, but she has to nail the triple jumps in order to be the Tanya Harding-Gillooly that will or can win a world championship.
Tanya Harding-Gillooly, and she does not seem displeased.
Well, technically, it was not her best effort. She landed a triple Salchow, and she couldn't quite complete the combination on that, and then she did the triple loop. But normally, her programs are just full of triple jumps. Another look at the triple Salchow. Look at the height she gets on this jump. It's enormous. And then she reaches back a little over-rotated maybe on that jump, and she couldn't do the double toe loop.
And the marks for technical merit.
Well, 5.5 from the U.S. judge, 5.1 from Japan. You can see the disparity there. She really did two triple jumps, and the 5.1s, 5.2s are probably a little more accurate. She wasn't on the same level as Butirskaya.
Now the marks for artistic impression.
And these go up, and normally with Tanya's programs, this mark will go down. From the Japan judge, it did go down, but I think she's much stronger artistically than she's been, and if she can get the jumps back, she'll have a great year.
For the moment, that puts Tanya Harding-Gillooly in third place. Maria Butirskaya is still in first. One skater yet to compete. Final competitor in Skate Canada, 17-year-old Alice Sue Clays, third after the technical program. So if she wins the free skate, she can win the championship. Though she skates for Belgium, she was born in Atlanta, Georgia, and resides in Burnsville, Minnesota. Alice Sue will skate to the music of Carmen, and just by way of clarification, eligible to skate for Belgium because her grandfather was from that country.
Opening move here, a triple toe loop into a double toe loop. Nicely done. Next, a triple loop. And the last triple in this opening segment, a triple sow cow. A little two-footed, but she fought for it and pulled it off. The strength of this program is in its balance. So some nice jumps in the beginning, like that double axel there. And then delivers the choreography and some beautiful spins.
Alice Sue Clays was the 1990 United States Junior Champion. She felt there was a logjam among her competitors in America, so she opted to skate for Belgium. She did not compete in the Olympic Games in Albertville, but she did finish 7th in the world in the competition held in Oakland last March. And if you want to feel somewhat insignificant, she is 17 and a senior at the University of Minnesota, where she is majoring in French and Italian and carries a 3.6 grade point average. Other than that, she hasn't packed much into a 17-year-old life.
So nice to see a program that's choreographed from start to finish, one theme, one style of music. And the cleanliness technically so far has been just fantastic. Her last triple here is a triple toe loop. A little short on the landing, held it for a few feet, but just couldn't stand up. All in all, though, the three triples she did in the beginning of her program should help her a great deal. And they should pull her over. José Chouinard, at least in the second place. But Buterskaya is going to be tough to beat.
Alice Sue Clays will check her marks when we return to Skate Canada after this message. Now let's check the marks for Alice Sue Clays. First, those for technical merit.
And these aren't too bad. The 5.4s there and a 5.5 from Canada. that triple toe loop at the end of her program, I think, really cost her. The program was beautifully delivered. It was balanced. The triples in the beginning of the program really set her up nicely. The fall, I think, really cost her.
And the second set of marks, those for artistic impression.
And these do go up. It was a beautiful program. It started at the beginning and it ended at the end just like it's supposed to, but it was one line all the way through.
Those marks are enough to elevate Alice Sue Clays into second place. We go back and take a look.
Here's another look at her triple Salchow. Now watch her feet on the way down from the jump. She's a little short of the rotation, but she fought it off nicely, saved the jump. Here's the triple toe at the end, and she just didn't have the same amount of strength to be able to fight off the lack of rotation. Couldn't hang on, and that was a costly fall.
Here's a comparison of the ordinals, which are the judges' rankings of the respective skaters. 8 of the 9 judges rated Butirskaya first. Alice Sue Clays had rankings from 1 to 4. So Maria Butirskaya is our winner. Alice Sue Clays is second. Jose Chouinard is third. Our champion is with Tracy Wilson.
Mara, you're obviously very excited. Can you tell us how you're feeling right now?
Что ты чувствуешь сейчас?
Непонятное чувство, потому что первый раз выигрываю такие соревнования. Ну, что-то очень приятное.
She's feeling very well now because it was the first success, so big competition.
Great way to start off your season. Это классно. Спасибо.
For Maria Butirskaya, a very long trip with a very big reward. She came from Moscow to Victoria and went home a champion. When asked to describe herself, Maria said, "My outfits are my personality." She's multifaceted. The very popular men's champion at Skate Canada, 20-year-old Elvis Stoyko. He's added a dash of artistry to his immense jumping ability. And he takes home the gold to add to an increasingly large collection.